How to have a happy relationship. Giving to your girlfriend or wife. Okay guys, so welcome back to the last part of this 3-part series on how to have a happy relationship. In this video, we're going to go into ways that you can give to your girlfriend. So we're going to be going through giving time, giving your attention, actually giving gifts, and how to communicate with her effectively. I went into a couple of these things in minute detail on my last video, but in this video we're going to go into some much more depth. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So the first thing about giving to her is you need to give your time to her and you need to give your attention to her. So if you've watched the previous video, you'll know that I talked about a lot in that about how to actually be present with your girlfriend, how to give her the proper attention that she needs. So let's go into this from a different angle, right? So giving of your time, sometimes you do need to schedule time for your wife or girlfriend, okay? Because life can get so caught up, especially if you've got children or you've got huge work commitments that you really need to stick to. Sometimes it can be so easy to fall into a routine. So you need to make sure that you have allotted times that is just for your girlfriend or wife. If that means making the children go to bed like an extra hour earlier or something, then so be it. You need to have that important time together and you need to make that time for her, okay? And if she sees that you are making the effort and trying to arrange good slots where you can have time together, that'll make her feel so loved and so appreciated. She'll be so happy that you're making the effort to make time for her. So if your children need to go to their grandparents for a few hours, you get a babysitter and you go out and do something together, so be it. But just make sure that you have and you plan for that time, even if it's just a few hours a week. And when you are having those slots and when you're having that time together, make sure that it's time where you can really be on one-to-one with each other, okay? So that means putting your phone down, switching off the TV and having a proper conversation with your girlfriend or your wife, okay? You really need to pay attention to her, to look her in the eyes and to discuss your life, to have fun, to have joke with each other, and to essentially create and maintain your bond. So the next thing that I want to go into, let's talk about how to actually communicate with her effectively. So this is, I guess, a branch off giving her your time, okay? So if there is something that is troubling your wife or girlfriend, make it so she knows that she can come to you with those problems, okay? So what you do is you just ask her a bunch of questions. So if she comes home from work and you can tell that she's in a mood or she's upset about something, you really need to sit down with her and have a discussion about what's going on. So you just ask her, hey honey, what's up? What's wrong? And then if she feels connected to you, she will open up to you, okay? She'll tell you what's going on. And then while she's telling you what's happened, what's upset her, you just keep on pulling information out, like, why is that? What happened then? What do you mean? Keep on asking questions like that so it opens her up and she continues to talk about her feelings and what's going on. Because women love to talk about what's going on. They love to talk about their feelings. They love to open up and talk about mutual experiences. They love to talk about their feelings. They love to, develop things in sort of like a narrative about how things happen. Whereas, people who tend to be more masculine, so people like myself and a lot of men, those kinds of people tend to just say what's going on, like, oh, I had an argument with my boss, that's it, and then we've said it and we don't really need to dive into it anymore. But, women love to go into the story about it, they love to say the build up, what actually happened, what happened afterwards. So make sure that you really go into and let her unload all of this stuff, unload it like a story, okay? And once she's unloaded it, and she feels a bit better, you'll notice by her body language, because she'll be a bit more open, she'll be a bit more happy, and then you can, ask, well, what do you want my opinion on it? Do you want some help with this problem? And she'll either say, yes, I would like your opinion, or she'll say, no, it's okay, I feel better, we don't need to go into any more about this. That's a great way that you can communicate with your girlfriend. Now, you need to keep in mind also is that sometimes something might be really bothering her, and she will refuse to talk. She won't want to talk to you. So you can't just give up then. You have to keep on pressing her until she gives in and tells you what's going on. Because basically she's just like, oh, I don't, you know, she's testing to see if you really care, okay? So if you really care about her, you will try and get that information out of her, okay? So you have to do that. You have to be present with her. You have to say, honey, I'm not going anywhere. We're going to talk about this because I can see that you are upset and I think you need to talk about it, okay? You really need to dig in and make sure that she expresses herself, okay? Because then she will feel better and she'll like you for it and she'll love you for it because you are actually putting in the effort. You're really trying to get to the bottom of what's going on in her heart, and it shows that you really care about her. So let's get into the last point, which is actually giving gifts. So you want to surprise your girlfriend and you want to give her gifts and, you know, things out of the blue, basically. You want to make sure that when you do give her a gift, of course you give her gifts on Christmas and on her birthday, but, you know, perhaps have a few spread out over the year that you can just surprise her with, you know. So perhaps they are actual, you know, like proper gifts. Like if she's into like makeup and fashion, then perhaps you'll, you know, look through her makeup box and find like a piece of makeup that she uses a lot and, you know, buy her one, you know, throughout the year. You know, just do little things here and there. Now, I'm not saying go crazy and buy her something like every week, but you want to, you know, have like these little ideas in your head where you can give them to her, you know, sporadically over time, okay? So, you know, perhaps you will give her like 4 or 5 random gifts a year, and they don't have to be expensive either. They can be like really inexpensive things. Perhaps something, if you're a creative person, it could be something that you've made. You know, they don't have to be expensive. Or it could be just something simple like, you know, a dinner for 2 for you both, you know, or perhaps, you know, a ticket to her favourite show or something like that. Or perhaps just, you know, a little bottle of, you know, perfume that she really likes or something. It doesn't have to be like massively extravagant. So have these little things for her. Other ways you can surprise her, which you can probably do a little bit more of, is probably like leaving little notes for her and all that kind of stuff. I talked about that a little bit in the first video I did about maintaining mystery and letting her like wonder when the next surprise is going to come. So when you're giving gifts, make sure that you are actually in a committed relationship with this girl as well. Don't start doing this when you are courting or when you're not in an exclusive relationship. Only start doing this kind of stuff when you are in a committed, exclusive, long-term relationship, okay? Because it will just come off as like bribery at the beginning. Whereas if you do it in your relationship and you're just doing it to surprise her, you know, and just to make her smile and to make her know that you're thinking about her, then that's a great thing. So give her gifts, obviously, but make sure it's sporadic, make sure it's random so she doesn't know when it's coming. You know, obviously she'll know when you're giving her birthday presents or Christmas presents, but have a little few ideas throughout the year as well. Okay, so if you implemented everything in these 3 videos, you should be able to have a really happy relationship with your wife. If there is something that is going wrong in your relationship and you would like my help personally for your specific situation, then please head over to www.christineloveridge.com/shop and you can get coaching and mentoring with me. Now, if you've only just found this video, then go and check out the playlist and all the videos will be there. Maybe you might need to go through them, you know, a few times just so you can actually retain the information. Perhaps even bring a notepad as well just to go through things again. But that's the series. This has been the 3-part series on how to have a happy relationship with your girlfriend or wife. I really hope this has helped you, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye, guys.